Hi, my name is Bethany. Welcome to my channel. Today I am participating in the May card Hoppin blog hop. Today's challenge is to create a masculine card with ombre effect. I'm going to use some old things I have laying around. So first I have this Maker Forte Skewed Dots stencil. It has the A2 line for if you were going vertical versus horizontal. And I'm going to spray it off camera with some of the Pixie spray just to give it a light tack. Now I'm going to place this gently over my pre-cut A2 size card front. And taking my blending brushes, I am going to choose my darkest blue first, which is the Salty Ocean Distress Oxide. And just putting a little bit on here. I'm going to start at the bottom and work my way up. I'm going to let the deepness of the color come from the edges and let my pressure lighten as I go towards the middle. Now I'm going to switch to my red. This is an unconventional blend type. You have to be careful not to blend too hard or you will end up with purple in the middle. So I'm going to use the Candied Apple Distress Oxide. And the reason I chose these colors is because they're not necessarily the first thing you think of when you think of masculine colors. But growing up in our household, we have a lot of superheroes in our house. And so superhero colors, reds and blues, are a staple in our house. And so I'm making an homage to that idea. So I am going to lighten up my pressure here towards the middle again. Now, so I don't get purple in the middle, I've selected a lighter, more gray blue, and I'm going to take the same blending brush and gently add it here towards the middle. And I'm just going to keep blending back and forth between all of the colors until I get that blend, that ombre look that I am aiming for. And that was the Distress Oxide Stormy Sky. And then I'm going to blend back with some more of the Candied Apple. Now you'll notice I'm creating more of a interesting angle versus a definite arc. I chose that direction because I didn't want to be predictable in my blending. And it's okay to be unconventional as long as you enjoy the end result. So now I'm going to blend back the middle, lighter, and finish off with the Salty Ocean, bringing more deep colors towards the edges. And when you do your darker color, if it's too dark for you, blend back with your lighter blue. If you want more of the dark blue, blend more in, and vice versa. Alright, and the reveal. Ta-da! Now you have that ombre look right in the middle. It's more of a V shape instead of a expected straight curve again. I will set that aside and clean up a little bit. Now I'm going to take my Stamparatus and using the same blending brushes, I am going to create my blended sentiment. And the sentiment I am choosing is any man could be a father. It takes someone special to be a grandfather. And this is another stamp set from Maker Forte, and I believe it is discontinued as well. But in this case, you can use anything you have. Now I'm taking a scrap piece of white cardstock that I have lying around. And I chose white because I want the ombre effect and the blending to stand out. So I've got to start from the top and just blend that dark deep blue Bringing more back onto my brush, and I want the lighter blue to be there in the middle. I'm going to make my first impression using my Maker Forte smoosher, which applies even pressure. Alright, and now I'm going to reblend with a little more blue on the top, a little darker blue, just to be slightly brighter on top, and a little bit more red on the bottom. The middle looks perfect, so I'm not going to mess too much with it. And now I'm going to reapply and use the swisher again. And there we are. Now I'm going to go ahead and fussy cut out this saying. Now that that's cut out, I want to add a little bit of distressing to the edges just to punch it just a hair more. So I'm going to take the edge, and we're going to go opposite color. So I'm going to take the edge and red on the top, the Stormy Sky on the middle, and the Salty Ocean on the bottom. This way there's also another ombre contrast, and it's not so stark white. It's okay to be a little grungy, especially when you're doing things like comic book themed ideas or any type of superhero or masculine card. Now let's assemble our project. I'm going to stay off center and let the focal point be directly there where the two curves meet, so to speak. And then let's pop this up on a card base. Now I'm going to take this A2 size card front, and I'm going to take some black soot and distress the edges before we put our card front on top. So even though you won't see all of the distressing, go as deep as you want to, because that means you'll have thicker lines in some places than others. And this is a very comic booky effect that you can achieve pretty easily. Now I'm noticing that my card front is just a hair too big, so I am going to cut it down a little bit more before I glue it. And now just to add a little bit more shadowing, I'm going to do the same thing to this card front. So it looks like a little bit of that distressing is encroaching in on the edge of the card front as well. Not too much, I don't want as much as the card base, but I do want a little shadowing vignette effect. And then taking some art glitter glue, I'm going to glue the card front. And you'll notice that the more I touch it, the more the black soot comes onto the rest of the card front, which adds a little bit extra distressing. And there you go. You have a blue and red ombre Father's Day card. Thank you for joining me today on the Card Hop. I hope you enjoyed learning some of my versions of the ombre technique for a masculine card. And don't forget to check down below in the description for the next video in the blog hop. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I have links down below if I can put them for you. And as always, I am grateful for you supporting our family shop and our family channels. Have a wonderful day. I hope to see you all very soon, and happy making. Bye!